Hi everyone, I'm Helena Patience from Entreflow Consulting Group, and I'm very excited to be kicking off this new series for the month of June called How to Build a Kick-Ass Team. So what we're going to do is we're going to help you through lots of tips and tricks, give you ideas on how to build your dream team. And because building your dream team is really a journey in and of itself, and we're about to go on a journey from Vancouver to Calgary to the 2018 Quickbooks Get Connected conference in Calgary, we thought we would film this series while we were en route there, so you get to see some really cool scenery in the background as we go. So I'm sure you're all very excited to hear about some recruitment tips and tricks, but before we get to that, we need to talk about the foundations. And so today's segment is on building a strong foundation for your dream team, and I've got 6 steps involved in doing this. So first of all, you need to begin with your strategy. So what is the strategy for the team and what your team would ultimately look like? And the best place to start to build out the strategy is to start with your future state org chart. So we do this exercise often with clients where we'll get them to look at their current org chart, where everybody is sitting, who's reporting to who, and what their responsibilities are, and then we'll get them to build their blue sky, best case scenario, future state org chart, and what they want their business to look like in, say, a year's time from now. So you have your future state org chart ready to go, you know who you need to have in place, what they're going to be doing. The next step is to look at the responsibilities for all of those people. So step number two is to look at your existing team. So get them to map out all of their current responsibilities. And what we generally do is start with say like an Excel document. Each tab would be allocated to a specific employee, and you get them to list out all of their responsibilities right now, all the tasks they're doing on a regular basis. From there, get them to use the Brian Tracy ABCDE method, and we'll have a link down below for that resource. And basically, beside each of those responsibilities or tasks, assign them either an A, B, C, D, or E. So A would be the most important, high priority, B second, C third. So that's something you can table for a little while. D is anything you need to delegate, and E is anything you need to eliminate. From there, stop doing everything that's an E right away, and then you can take a look at those Ds and start to think about who else needs to take over, who would need to take over those tasks. Next thing you want to do is to sit down with each of your team members. With the first step, a really good way to approach this is to get your team members to do their responsibilities themselves, and then for you to do it, and then to compare. It's remarkable how often people's ideas on the priority are completely different. So that's a good exercise in and of itself. But then you can sit together, compare your notes, and then talk to them a little bit about what their current responsibilities are, what they love doing, what they would like to do more of, what they really don't like doing, and adjust from there. It's a really great exercise to get both people on the same page, and also to make sure that your existing team are super happy with the work that they're doing. If you've done any strengths building activities before in the past, you can pull that discussion into the conversation. If you haven't, take a look at the strengths builder activity. Again, we'll put a link below to that and what that tool. Basically what it does is it's a survey to help the individual to determine where their strengths are, and you really want your team to be in their strengths as much of their day as possible. That's where you're going to get the best results from them. Okay, so you've sat down with them, you've looked at their ABCDE breakdown, you've talked about what they want to be doing more of, what they want to get rid of, and what they love doing, and now you can go back and then build out the responsibilities for all those additional team members that you're going to be hiring, pass off all of your Ds right away, get rid of all the E's right away, and reshuffle the responsibilities. That'll help you to decide your current staff's future job descriptions, and then as well your new staff. Okay, so that's number 3. Number 4, build out those responsibilities, like I mentioned, for all the new members. And again, don't restrict yourself. You might have some roles where it doesn't really look like it's a full-time job yet. That's quite all right. Just create that role for it and see how things go. You might be able to hire someone to do two roles to start off with, and then as the company progresses and the responsibilities increase, then split that out into 2 roles. Next, you want to review your mission, vision, core values, and goals again. It's really good at this point to take a look at all those and make sure that your team structure and the responsibilities, what everyone's focusing their time on, is in line with what you're actually trying to do in your company. From there, you can then tweak your future state org chart, you can tweak everybody's responsibilities, and see if there's anything else that needs to get adjusted based on where you're trying to head. And then, last and not least, number 6, you want to set the vision for the culture for your company. Who you hire into your company does not set the culture for your company. You, as the business owner, set the culture for your company, the culture for your company, and the vision for your culture. Okay, so it is an intentional thing. It involves certain types of structured things, and also part of it is hiring the right people that fit in with that idea. Okay, so things to look at are like perks, the expectations, the standards for excellence, working hours, location, dress code, professional development, mentorship, career progression, loads of different things to look at, but you need to be intentional about where you sit with all these. They're probably all determined in your head right now, but you need to actually document it and make sure that's part of your onboarding process so that the team that you're hiring on is very clear about what your company is all about. I'll give you an example. When I was hired on at Lululemon, we had a whole week of onboarding before we actually did anything at our desk. We didn't even have a minute sitting at our new desks within the first week of our new jobs at Lululemon at the time. And I'd say at least 50% of the time was really just focused on educating us on what the culture of Lululemon was all about. Now that's a very extreme case, but just to show you that some companies do spend a lot of time, and it's really important to spend that time during the onboarding to sit with the new employees and make sure that they are in line with the vision and they're excited about the vision for your culture. Okay, so that's the first segment on how to build a kick-ass team, the top 6 things you need to focus on to build the foundation. And I hope you're looking forward to the next videos in this series to help you build your dream team. I know I am. I'm also looking forward to this awesome road trip. If you have any questions or anything you want to share below on what you do to help build a kick-ass team or to set a really awesome vision for your culture, for your company, please add it below. Thanks again for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe below. And thanks again for watching another segment at Entreflow. I'm Helena Patience. Bye-bye.